Hey there, toys and collectible fans, it's Fly Guy for TekSushi.com giving you a look at this, the DK book of the DC DC Universe superheroes, the otherwise basically known as Batman the Visual Dictionary. So it's a very fat and very heavy book from DK. We've seen a lot of these before, particularly for Star Wars, which was a great book. This one's a little disappointing, but I'll give you a quick review of this and see whether this is one for you. It does come with a minifigure, the Electro Suit Batman, and we'll show you that in just a minute after the book. So this is one thick and heavy book. As you can see from the size, a lot of it's taken up inside there by the compartment that basically houses the minifigure. So there's a lot of extra space and really not that much that's in that book itself. Now what it does do is it chronicles all the Lego Batman sets that we've seen, which is not that many. It adds in things like the video games, which we'll see in the back. It gives you basically a look at all the minifigures that have came out in the range before. So you'll get a good kind of scan at all of them. Killer Croc, Superman, Wonder Woman, all these guys and gals. And really teach you a bit through the Lego Batman video games as well. Gives you some synopsis on them. Looks at some of the locations of the games. See what I mean? It's a little bit thin on content. Talks about some of the extra characters that appear in the video game itself. Ra's al Ghul and Man-Bat is two which don't really appear as minifigures anywhere. Although it has to be said, DC, our good friend on at TekSushi.com, has reviewed some of these customs he's made himself. They've proven to be some popular videos, so you can check out that at youtube.com/TekSushi. We'll get some videos of those customs that he's managed to make and find. But look, it's an enjoyable book, it's good fun. I blasted through this in like an hour and a half. It's really, really quick to read. And it's written for a much, much younger audience than the Star Wars Visual Dictionary is, which is kind of a little bit more written for old farts like me. So, look, it's a cool book. It shows you some of the sets. If you've never been into some of these Lego sets before, pretty much the majority we've reviewed on the channel. One of my favourites is the Batcave, number 2, which is a great set, and this gives you a bit of an overview into it. But look, it's an interesting read. It's currently going for $12 on Amazon. The retail price on this, you'll see at the back, is $24 in the USA. Sorry, $22 in the USA, $24 in Canada. But as I said, it's $12 on Amazon.com. So we'll put a link directly below the video, and you can head off and buy that if you want to. The book is kind of filled with these double-page comic book spreads, which again, it's really written for a younger audience. So it's great for younger kids. For bigger kids like me, it's an hour's worth of reading. But look, for $12 plus you get a free minifigure. It's not bad. So good fun and a quite good read and a good blast at some of the toys which maybe you've not managed to pick up from the earlier versions of Lego Batman, which are going for an absolute fortune, such as the Tumbler, which is just so expensive. So there we go, lots and lots of pages and lots of toys. So pick this one up if you want to. The DC books, DC Universe Superheroes Batman Visual Dictionary. And let's take a look at this minifig that it comes with. And we'll go into our usual super high def. There we go. Hold on one sec. There we go. So this minifigure, our good friend Hugh at brickset.com, one of the best Lego kind of sites out there, who we do some work for, basically has mentioned this is a figure from China. And you can tell a little bit, it's a little bit more brittle plastic than we've seen before in other minifigures. So, but really, it's for most people it's indistinguishable. But now reading his site there, I've pretty much learned to spot some of these Chinese versions of minifigures again and again. So this is Electro Suit Batman from, I think it's the first video game, where he uses this suit to defuse some bombs and electricity kind of puzzles in the game. Underneath the cowl, we've got a double-sided head with this. It's not a headband, but it looks like one. That's basically for the mask to display the eyes through. But we'll get a serious face, and we've got a slightly, I don't know, grin face. But popping the helmet back on, you'll see that takes care of the visor there, and we've got this kind of electric blue. You can't quite see it too well on the camera there, but it's a very light pale blue to reflect the kind of fluoro state that's in the video game. So the cowl's pretty much the standard that we've seen before. I think this might actually be the one from the Batboat, which again we reviewed on TekSushi. So have a look at that. And well, there we go. So lots of other bits and pieces on that, the bat symbol, and other bits and pieces there on the arms. Not much else to really report on that one, and that's it. So there we go, that's the Electro Suit Batman and the Batman Visual Dictionary. If you want to get a look at these in stores, you'll find them at most of your booksellers, but again, I picked mine up off Amazon.com for these very cheap, $12 plus shipping, so there you go, very reasonable price. That's it, tell us what you think, comments below or on facebook.com/TekSushi, and we'll see you for more figure and collectible reviews coming up soon. Cheers!